Hey everybody, it's Darthvex here. How's everybody doing? So this video is sort of a little review video about a product for Fantasy Grounds. It's on the DM's Guild. Um, it's an extension by Kent McCullough. This is the bundle of all of his extensions. But the extension that we're primarily talking about today for this review is the automatic death resistance extension, which has been out for a little bit. It came out last week, it looks like. Well, yeah, about a week ago. And originally, what it did was it allows you to resist dropping to 0 hit points automatically with Death Ward and Relentless Endurance for the half orc. I think that actually is also a full orc property. I can't remember. Now I'm getting distracted, but I'm gonna look it up. Races. I know it's in the half orc, but is it in the orc? It's not. Okay. Well. Anyway. So as you can see, I've kind of got a bunch of different zombies here, and then I've got a wild-shaped NPC or PC here from my Tomb of Annihilation game. I'm just kind of using him as an example, and I've already tested it out, and actually I've already got the unconscious effect on this zombie, which needs to go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just roll damage on this zombie, and yeah, my mouse is acting funny now. I was doing this earlier. I don't know why. Didn't want me to click and drag. So we're going to drag the damage onto the zombie. And of course, that was a huge amount of damage. But you'll notice, so zombies, like all zombies in 5th edition, have undead fortitude. If the damage reduces the zombie to 0 hit points, it must make a constitution saving throw with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is radiant or from a critical hit. On a success, the zombie drops to 1 hit point instead. So as you can see, damage exceeds by 13. It died. But here, right above it, zombie failed to resist death. 11 versus DC 19. So it was a 5 plus the damage, which was 14. So 19 is the DC, and it rolled an 11, so it died. It works just like that. It's awesome. I mean, we can drag another thing over here, and I'm going to actually add Pappy there because Pappy then will give Yarlin automatic pack tactics, and I'm going to roll his attack a few times, and it's showing, and I'm noticing that the T-Rex, because I was doing testing, already has unconscious on him. Need to. So you'll notice I'm getting hits, but I'm trying to get a critical hit. There we go. There's a critical hit. So I roll damage, and it doesn't even roll the save because it was a critical hit. Now, this is just to prove the T-Rex zombie does have undead fortitude. So, and just to prove that it normally works, if I put him back at 145, and we'll make him conscious again, and then we'll just roll normal damage, you'll see it rolls the save. It failed again, but yeah, that's so cool. It does it all automatically for you. It's so very, very, very cool. So the next thing I want to show you is obviously if it's a radiant damage. Let me see. Does anybody have anything that does radiant damage? No, they don't. I guess I can change Pappy's punch to radiant damage though, just for right now. I'm gonna add radiant because that's just what a monk needs, is to do 3 damage types when he punches. Okay, so we're gonna bring another zombie over. Oh, something. Maybe we'll just go back to our regular zombie. I'm just gonna give him 30 hit points and make him conscious. And then it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna move him over just for logic. And then we're gonna assume he hits, and we're just gonna punch. And because it was radiant damage, it didn't roll save. That's so very cool. I'm gonna get rid of the radiant so I don't forget. because I don't need my monk. This is actually from my game, my Tomb of Annihilation game. These characters are all Tomb of Annihilation characters. But as you can see, if you roll a crit, it automatically doesn't roll the save. If you roll radiant damage, it doesn't roll the save. The zombie just dies. But you know, it automatically does handle all of that. Now, what happens if we go ahead and add con plus 10? Like, what if we actually give this Ankylosaurus like a really good save against death? Just to see what happens. So first of all, I'm going to take away most of the Ankylosaurus's hit points. It's only got 1 hit point. And then Pappy's going to roll damage. Again, I don't have Radiant on anymore. So it resisted, and you'll see it rolled a 17 versus a 12. And so it did like do all the normal stuff. It did damage exceeds hit points, it did dying, but then it did resisted death, and as you can see, the Ankylosaurus still has 1 hit point. And it's going to do that over and over and over again. See, this time the damage was versus a DC 15 because he did more damage, but he rolled a 17 again. Once again, oh, there, it finally failed. Which is why zombies are so annoying for players, but they used to be really annoying for DMs too, because every time a zombie was dying, you were like, okay, I gotta roll a save. He's got a +3, so that's an 8, but you did 9 damage, so okay, he died, or whatever. You gotta figure it out every single time, and you'd have to manually roll. And even though Fantasy Grounds makes it easier, and if you know what their saves are in your head, you could do it fairly quickly, having it done automatically is so awesome. So I do want to show you, this is the extension that does this. And I will tell you, I am not a member of Rob Tui's team. I am the one who actually asked Kent to do an extension that does this, which is why I'm reviewing it, because he actually did make the extension and it's awesome. Especially for campaigns that have lots of zombies in them, like Tomb of Annihilation, or I think Curse of Strahd has a lot of zombies in it. When you're constantly having combat encounters with zombies, this extension, it just saves so much time and makes things so much faster. This particular extension only costs $1. You can get it as part of his full bundle, which is $33 normally, but you can save 15%, so you can get it for $28.05 for all of his extensions, which I think is like 12 extensions now. Hold on, I can probably count, or you can just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is, unless I counted wrong, this is 13 files, 13 extensions. I have the whole thing, and I'll be honest, I really only use about 5 or 6 of them. But they're great. They're amazing. But yeah, they're totally worth picking up. But yeah, I just wanted to review this and sort of show off what this does. His extension, I don't know if I mentioned this, but his extension originally, when it was released a week ago, was just to do Death Ward and Relentless Endurance. But he just recently, just today, added auto handling of Undead Fortitude, which I think most DMs will agree is so much cooler. But I wanted to do a little video and give him some props for doing this. To be honest, when Rob finds out that it does this and how cool it is, Rob's gonna be like, "Oh, we gotta charge more than $1." He'll probably be joking, but it's just really, really great. It's a really great extension. So yeah, bye everybody. I just wanted to review this. I hope you guys go pick this up. It's awesome.